The stories of these four women we see really resonate with some of the issues that we're dealing with right now in the 21st century. And so as we thought about the legacy of these four women, we thought about Judy Chicago, who did an art exhibit some years ago in the late 70s, in which she was thinking about 39 women through history who really contributed remarkable achievements. And she envisaged this dinner party in which these 39 women through the ages would get together and talk, and her exhibit was to ensure that these women would not be forgotten. And so we thought, well, we don't want our Canadian STEM women to be forgotten either. And so we designed what we called a STEM supper party. And this supper party was what we had presented at the Cavendish Mall for all of 3 days before we were shut down. And so we'd built these humble little place settings for Doris, for Moira, for Louisa, and for Elsie. And the idea was, if these women were able to sit and talk to each other, what are some of the topics that they would be discussing that came out of their life work, their legacies? And so we have here a list of issues that we thought would be interesting to chat about. And this is the conversation that we'd like to open up. So I'll start with Doris and telemedicine. Now, in these pandemic times, so many of us suddenly have had these experiences with remote health care. Vitally important for us to think about and try to understand. Arctic ice, we're reading all the time about how the ice is melting at a frighteningly rapid pace. And it's having an impact on our weather. So there are the wildfires in California, in Australia, there are floods in low-lying areas. The melting of Arctic ice is something that we really do need to understand. And then, of course, the issues that really have to do with women's work and family. And we know that expectations of women's work are changing. Expectations of men's work are changing. But it's really interesting to understand, how far have we got? And I know there's been discussion during this pandemic saying, are we taking a step back? Are women getting to being pushed a step back because of expectations during the pandemic? And then finally, we look at people like Louisa, like Elsie, very much into higher education, Doris as well. And we know that STEM education for women, it's come a long way from when Elsie was the first person in science in her school. But we do know that there's certain programs like engineering programs where the incoming women, the percentage is very low. And so why aren't there more women entering these programs in engineering, physics, and so on? What can be done about it?